Okay, you ready to do this? We're gonna do some feet stuff. Pretty sure this is someone's premium content. Okay, so first thing, as with most things when it comes to training, I want to tap into my breath and get my attention and my focus settled into what activity I'm about to do. All right, so we're just standing in mountain pose, finding stability, finding length, turning on and activating our feet, feeling how the four corners kind of work, and then you have to grip and find the architecture here. You might want to find a position that's more, I don't know, enjoyable in your hips. I need to like kind of feel the hinge at the hip flexor, feel the glute, feel the control. I like to sort of bow my legs into the ground just by my natural anatomy when my knees are together. They touch when my feet are apart, so they have a little outward angle. So when I bow it together, I feel more strength. It depends on your anatomy as well. All right, so breathe and tune in, take a breath in, breathe out. Think about your body as tall as you can. Feel the subtle balances. So next we're gonna do heel elevated step backs to step up with a little bit of balance there at the end. All right, the foot is really gonna have to navigate the terrain here. I'm gonna go slow, separate them out in a way that feels nice. You can still have some part of your heel on there. Eventually you'll be like way out here, but maybe to start, have just a few inches of the heel off. And your intention is to be working the engagement up here, more of an athletic gripping and driving off the ground. Don't squinch the toes up too much, but feel how the structure works together. So let's start with the right leg back, take a breath, and just drive yourself up. Control it, feel the hip. Inhale, right arm goes forward, right leg goes back. Exhale with the glute, driving through the foot, pulling myself up, touching. Just working the breath. We'll do 10, we've done 5, here's 6. Zone in. You're gonna lift the leg up next time. So now it's gonna go up, back down, up, back down, up. Ooh, back down, bobbles will happen, up, back down, 3 more. Control it. Hold it up. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bounce it out. Doesn't have to be a lot, just kind of release. Now resettle your focus, right? Get yourself ready. It's a lot of energy for the brain to balance, so don't beat yourself up. You're doing just fine, you're doing enough. Committing at all is the most important thing. Showing up with consistency, frequency, good intention, focus. Like if you could only show up and you know you only have 15 minutes of focus, use the 15 minutes. Don't try to make it 45 and then have a shitty time. Use the 15 minutes in a good way, breath really dialed on, and learn the patterns right. Okay, so left arm is gonna be forward, left leg is back. We're gonna touch it up and focus in. Find one point to gaze at. That's your drishti in Sanskrit. Keep going, there's 3. Feel the glute, right? Sometimes I need to adjust the foot on the arch so I can kind of claw into it more. When you think into the feet, do 3 more. Think about the blades, the edges and the blades there, and the inside line of the foot. There's a dynamic relationship between those two things and how you create action and drive force. The middle is just stability. The edges are where the movement and power comes from. Front, back, side to side. Okay, now we go up. Ooh, this side's wigglier. 2. 2 more. Last one. Hold it. Be good about it. Settle the energy. And down. Nice, shake it out. Okay, I'm putting the blocks together. Now I'm gonna massage out my feet. So I'm gonna Create the space needed. Usually I just go right to the arches. Sometimes I'll do one at a time. To put a time on it, to put end caps, let's say 10 breaths. So close your eyes, or not actually, the balance might be bad. Close your eyes on the floor, you go, no. Okay, find a position that works for you and start to manipulate the feet, right? You're gonna have different tension in your calves than I am. It really depends on what's going on in your body. So you need to play, you need to feel the arches. It's like if I'm laying on a roller for my spine and I let my head kind of dangle off the side, and you can stretch the neck. You're doing a similar thing here, just with the arches of the feet, and you're stretching the edges of the calf, these long sweeping motions. All right, you want to influence these long lines of energy. The fascia. Find different energies, find different little patterns. Being creative for stretching and finding breath and focus, and curious is really key for healing the body. If you just try to drive at it logically or blindly or just with really a lot of grit, parts of those are good. Curiosity and consistency are the ones that will win the day, because there'll be times where you'll run into roadblocks and you just have to be creative and sort of kind and very curious and consistent in sharing love to this new thing that you're changing, whether that's an injury or whether you're growing your strength and foundation. Curiosity and consistency, very important. So we're gonna go to calf stretches, which we did. So now we're doing calf raises. So let's go sideways. Let's do just one at a time. Real simple. One foot's basically gonna be guiding and balancing. This is the foot that I'm just using as a little kickstand when needed. We're just gonna focus on one leg doing lifting. So if I'm doing my left here, I'm gonna use this right leg as a kickstand. Up, down, up, and down. It's still on there, but I'm really trying to focus my best with just the left. Do that lift and that balance. Tough. 3 more. 2. Yeah, ooh. That's 1 more for good measure. Nice. Okay. Let's go to the other side. All right, try to make your body like this mechanical unit. It drives, it controls down. It drives up, it controls down. Oh boy. Again, this is that experimentation, this is that play. If you have a wall and you want to balance against it, that is good and reasonable to me. As long as we're getting these in. I'm trying to just pump some blood to the ankle, increase the range of motion a little bit. We're gonna go into a step down. You don't need this other block underneath it. I like the extra little bit of height. A vulnerable area of the knee for a lot of people is right here. This is the VMO. They all work together, but depending on your posture and how you've trained for years, they might have different muscular development. I have very lateral development. I have more muscle on the outside, which means my patellas drive laterally as well. So I need to do things that engage the adductors and draw towards the midline and internal rotation as well, but also working the most distal portion of the quad, which is the VMO, right, that tip. And you can't exactly isolate it, the quad's gonna work, but you can put a lot of intention and focus into the contractility of the muscles, right? So I'm gonna lower, I'm focusing on keeping this hip stable, and then that muscle's pulling back. This muscle is pulling back. Breath controlled. Now this will build some strength. Eventually you need to go with higher height, more load. But really, I'm priming my connection and the musculature here, so that if I do squats later today, perhaps, I now have informed the pattern of how my mind can recruit this. So when I'm doing something heavy, I can access that squeeze to extend the leg at the top and influence muscle growth, which will change the structure of my knee over time. Right? So it's kind of these short-term habits that build long-term results when you stack things intelligently. Just keep going. All over the point. 6 more. You can do a lot of these, right? It's only a partial range of motion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. So that was something like 20 maybe? 25? Something like that. Good enough is good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. You'll notice that I tend to put arm patterns in as well. If there's something I'm doing in the legs that doesn't require my arms to be carrying a load, and it's dynamic and it's athletic oriented, that's locomotion pattern posturing time, right? I like to trail run, and to run with good posture, if you're heavy and have muscle or have that history of injuries, you really need to focus on each stride being its own repetition, but you also want it to be subconscious. So you have to spend time consciously doing the patterns of arm drive and leg drive and synchronicity and moving quickly sometimes, moving slow and controlled, pausing and holding things so that your mind and your muscles are constantly in harmony, right? When we sit or we are in weird postures for hours at a time, you sort of pull yourself out of that harmonious engagement. So you need to do these little things regularly to turn it back on. So when you're doing a full-blown dynamic activity, there's all this prep that's gone on behind the scenes. You're having a good time. 3, 2, ooh, we got good ones next. 1, we're going into skaters. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love this one. Put the stuff off to the side. You're just using these guys now. Super likely that you're gonna need to refine your stance. Essentially, you're building 2 hills. You're building 2 hills right here that you're gonna be able to pull, catch, and then push off of. Pull, catch, push off. So your feet are gonna have to manipulate over the top of these arches as you control the hips side to side. It's awesome, it's awesome. You're gonna have a good time. Ready? Let's figure it out. Okay, so you probably are gonna have to adjust. If you have not done this before, you might just need to figure out where horse stance is for you. Horse stance is here for me. This is about where I like to be deep in hips. I can spend a lot of time here. I've spent a lot of time here, which means I can spend a lot of time here. If you haven't, that's gonna be a kind of unfamiliar position, and you may need to pause the video, do a couple sets, take breaks. Just do it, don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up about it. If you're like, oh, after 10 seconds, do 20. Firstly, coach says do 20, do a little bit more. But just return to it, and over time your resilience will go up. So don't think there's a perfect goal you have to be at right away. It's not a thing. It's not a thing, it's just the Industrial Revolution saying we need to produce more like machines. But you're not. You're a beautiful, unique individual, and you need to do it your way. But also follow the structure, because that's important. So here we go. Up and over. Control it and drive. Okay, see, immediately I'm like, this is too short. Just by a little bit. And build fine. Oh yeah. Or you can like catch it. You can just slide, or you can kind of push. Or maybe big. My squats are deep because I've done a lot of these. Do not try to mimic mine just because that's what you think it should be. Your body will tell you what it should be, and if you choose not to listen, namaste, we can do some recovery stuff later. Slow and controlled. Big breathing. Drive, catch. Drive, catch. Drive, catch. Drive, catch. I want to feel my undercarriage, my rumpus, my adductors working. Right? I can do this loaded, but I want these patterns to be spring-like. You got to find the control first. Right? If you've never done this, just the control. But I can feel that catch, and then that inner line is holding it, and I drive off, catch, inner line. How can I get the arms in it? Driving with that rump. 5, 4, 3, nice. 2, and a 1. Lunge ups directly afterwards. Let's just do one at a time. We'll do a little diagonal view. So I'm gonna have my heel slightly off again. Pull back, we're gonna do 10 and 10. Drive up. I would like a step. If you have something to step on, even a stack of books, you can do that. If you don't, it's not a big deal. This is just a nice way to finish your drive. Go to whatever degree your hips and your knees feel safe going to. Don't try to force this one. I'm gonna pull back to a lunge and then drive myself up. Ready for 10, 3. Wherever you're at is good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch right into it. You got it. Come on, guys. Here we go. Coach is doing with you. Inhale. 1. Big control. Feel the hip. If I'm noticing that my things, one side is not turning on as much, I will take the time to turn it on rather than trying to go at the same tempo as I did the other leg. That's not important. Getting them even by giving them individual time, care, and attention, just like they're two different children. They're gonna learn different. So you need to treat them in parameters. 4 more. Starting to get sweaty. 2 more. 2. And 1. Lucky you, I got something for you. You know what that thing is? It's another round of skaters. We're doing 2 sets of each, guys. 2 sets of each. It's a twofer for you. You're gonna have a beautiful time, okay? Find those skaters, boom, horse stance. You're sealed in. You're feeling like an absolute stallion. Rock star quads. Stabilize it. You need to pause, drink some water. Do it. Bring the energy back. Up and over, controlled. Drive side to side, 20. There's 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lunge ups are next. Oh boy, we are getting a little tired, coach. That's okay. It means we're growing. It means we're challenged, and that's nice. What a beautiful thing it is to live in this body and be able to do stuff. Okay. Inhale back, exhale up. Let's start with the other leg. Yeah, let's change it up. Inhale back, exhale. How can I use my glute more? Head over foot. There's 3. 4, control the knee. 5, 6. Oh God, 7, it's okay. 8, we struggle together. 9, we succeed together. 10, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ready? Firstly, good job. Do a little thing between A skips, little taps. Da, 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 da. So it's gonna be tapping just one right before the other. It's called a flam in drumming. So my high foot actually lands just before my base leg propels off the ground. It allows me to propel off the leg. It's actually driving into the earth to launch my body. That foot then catches again while the other leg lifts high and can strike the earth again to propel. This is how you build springs in the legs. Slow down. Bring both out. Slow. Gentle. Squats. Okay, you're gonna do these in a way that is like someone doing Tai Chi in the park. Slow, right? Find a place for your hips that feels nice think about the glutes doing the work primarily. Quads extend towards the end. Everything squeezes together. Notice my head is more or less staying in one position. My hips go back. Slow down, I'm getting too quick. Catch the energy, drive the hips forward. Catch a bubble, drive. Catch a bubble, drive, engage the back. Hips and back, pelvis, inner thighs, quads. Couple quick ones. Inhale, bubble. Quick. Inhale, land on a bubble. Quick. 2 more like that. 1 more like that. Back to slow pulses. If your knees are getting too crunchy, take a break. Don't force things. We want to be lubricating, making the body more fluid. 3 more. 2. 1. Hold it down. Take a breath. Drop it up. Breathe. Block it out. You are doing so well. You are doing great. These are tough. Body's hot now. You're doing great. See, I'm doing little touches now. Just a couple more touches towards the end. Gauge in front of that quad. If you feel like your knees are warm and capable, you might be willing to try stiffening the glutes, turning the core on. So my hips are now driving forward. I'll show you from the side. So I'm actively pressing my hips forward, thinking about my quads lengthening and stretching, and then driving them back, clawing into the floor. I'm only going to the degree where I feel control with no pain. A lot of this, if you're like, ooh, that is painful, you don't have the connectivity or the muscle built. Maybe. It's usually a pairing between those two things. Or there's some scar tissue, but it is with testing the motions slowly over time after you've warmed up that range of motion. You've done a lot to stabilize. You can hold the isometric, this balance position a little bit. Back up. Nice. You don't have to do a ton, you just have to do them somewhat frequently. Stretch them. Just like that. You've done a whole well-rounded sequence. You're doing so well. I give you a hug, but instead I'm giving you a little fist bump. Keep crushing it.